It's 1998. Hollywood action movies have gotten louder. Explosions, shaky cameras, early digital effects. Everything's bigger, but somehow it all feels less real. Director John Frankenheimer, the man behind the 1966 racing classic Grand Prix, thought something had been lost. The danger, the authenticity, the feeling of real speed. So when it came time to make his new espionage thriller, Ronin, he decided to bring it back. The essence of Grand Prix. Real drivers, real cars, real danger. Frankenheimer filmed on the narrow streets of Paris and Nice, with stunt work so intense it pushed both actors and drivers to their limits. No digital safety nets, just skill, precision, and a lot of nerve. What he created wasn't just another action movie, it was quite possibly Hollywood's last great car chase film. By the late 90s, car chases had lost their edge. Explosions and early CGI had replaced the raw danger of films like Bullitt and The French Connection. Frankenheimer, a veteran of racing epic Grand Prix, wanted to change that. For Ronin, he went old school. No digital effects, no trick editing, just skilled drivers, practical stunts, and real metal moving fast through real European streets. To make that possible, Frankenheimer assembled an elite team of professional racers to handle the driving. Leading them was Jean-Claude Lagniez, a seasoned stunt coordinator and accomplished driver who had just won the GT2 class of the 1997 24 Hours of Le Mans. Joining him was Jean-Pierre Jarier, a Formula F1 driver known for his precision and control under pressure. And Michael Neugarten, another highly skilled endurance racer, took the wheel as one of the film's primary stunt drivers. Together they brought a level of professionalism rarely seen in film production, pushing both themselves and the cars to the limit on real European streets. The film was shot on location in Paris and Nice using practical effects and genuine high-speed driving. No digital trickery, no shortcuts, just pure authentic motion captured through the lens. The result would be a compilation of the most authentic car chases ever filmed, at least in recent history, and perhaps the last of its kind in Hollywood. To make it work, the team needed cars that could match that intensity, and that's where the Audi S8 and the BMW M5 came in. The Audi S8 was unlike anything else in Ronin. In 1998, it represented the cutting edge of Audi engineering, understated and brutally fast. The car used in the film was the first generation S8, known internally as the D2. It was based on Audi's flagship A8 sedan, the company's first model built around a lightweight aluminum space frame, a technology Audi called the ASF. The chassis made the S8 nearly 200 kilograms lighter than its steel-bodied rivals, giving it agility that few full-size sedans could match. Under the hood was the 4.2-liter 32-valve V8, producing 340 horsepower and 302 foot-pounds of torque. Though theoretically the modified Hero S8 would have made closer to 440 horsepower, but we will get into that in just a second. Power went to all four wheels through Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system, a setup that gave the S8 remarkable traction and composure, even in the tight, unpredictable streets of Paris. Several of the S8s used in filming were modified specifically for the chase scenes, fitted with manual transmissions for better driver control, upgraded suspension, and most famously a nitrous oxide system to boost acceleration during high-speed sequences.
Can you tell Vincent what it is you'll need?
Something very fast. Audi S8, something that can shove a little bit.
I'm going to have it for you by the afternoon.
I'm also gonna need a nitrous system. I've got the specs.
I find this small detail about the nitrous system rather extraordinary. Nitrous oxide hadn't yet been made famous or mainstream by movies like Gone in 60 Seconds or Fast and the Furious. At the time, probably 80% of the audience didn't even know what was being referred to. It was like a wink to car enthusiasts, a tiny detail that said, "This one's for you." In Ronin, the S8 wasn't just fast, it was clinical. It moved with purpose, barely breaking a sweat even as chaos unfolded around it. It was the perfect embodiment of a professional at work, quiet, efficient, and absolutely lethal. Although the BMW E34 M5 and the Audi S8 never actually shared the same chase sequence in Ronin, they've become inseparable in the film's legacy. Both cars embody opposite sides of the same idea: precision versus passion, composure versus chaos. In many ways, they're rivals that never met on screen but still feel like they were destined to face off. The E34 M5 represented the pinnacle of BMW's analog performance era. It was the second generation M5 produced from 1988 to 1995 and the last to be built almost entirely by hand at BMW's M Division facility in Garching, Germany. Each car was meticulously assembled, taking over 2 weeks to complete, a level of craftsmanship that bordered on obsessiveness. Power came from the S38 B38, a 3.8-liter inline-6 derived from BMW's racing engines. In its final European specification, it produced 340 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque, driving the rear wheels through a 5-speed manual gearbox. No electric aids or trick aero, just pure mechanical balance and driver skill. The E34 could reach 60 miles per hour in under 6 seconds, but numbers only tell part of the story. The real magic was how it felt. The steering was alive, the throttle sharp, the chassis communicative. Every movement of the car told the driver what was happening beneath the tires. In an age before stability control, the M5 rewarded precision but punished arrogance. For Ronin, the production used several modified M5s. Cars prepped with reinforced suspension, upgraded brakes, and stripped interiors to accommodate camera rigs and safety equipment. Behind the wheel were professional drivers like Jean-Claude. The M5's chase sequence is pure mechanical theater, raw, physical, and beautifully unpredictable. You can see the weight transfer, the body roll, the driver corrections, all the cues that tell you this isn't choreography or CGI, it's genuine driving captured in real time. If the Audi S8 was cold precision, the assassin, then the BMW M5 was the fighter, gritty, emotional, and loud. It relied on instinct and bravery instead of technology, and even though they never met in the same frame, their performances echo each other. They were yin and yang, two machines, two philosophies, both showing what real driving looked like before the digital age took over. Ronin was packed with other great cars too. The Mercedes-Benz 450 SEL 6.9, a luxury tank from the 70s, brought brute force to the early ambush sequence. The Peugeot 406, light and agile, was used for the later chase through Nice's narrow streets. Some of the hero cars were turned into pod cars, with a stunt driver on an external control rig, which actors like Robert De Niro sat inside, reacting naturally as the car was driven for real. However, it's the little-known chase cars behind the scenes that absolutely steal the show here. Because director John Frankenheimer refused to fake speed with camera tricks or green screens, his crew needed machines that could match the hero cars corner for corner at full pace through the tight streets of France. At the core was the Mercedes-Benz 500e, the unsung workhorse of the production. Co-developed by Porsche, the 500e was a perfect platform, powerful, stable, and comfortable at high speeds. The crew also used the BMW E34 M5 not just as a stunt vehicle, but as a camera rig itself. Its balance, agility, and high-speed stability made it ideal for dynamic side-by-side tracking. For added versatility, the team brought in a BMW 540i Touring, the wagon variant of the 5 Series. It served as a flexible camera car and utility vehicle, carrying operators and equipment while keeping pace with faster rigs. A 930 Turbo and 993 Cabriolet were both used for high mobility shots and chase inserts. Their compact size, rear engine traction, and an incredible acceleration allowed the crew to get close to the action, even in the narrow alleys of Nice. Every frame of Ronin came from a camera actually moving at those speeds. No cheats, no fakes. And given this roster of camera cars, it's easy to understand how. The result was cinematic chaos, but controlled chaos. Frankenheimer's camera work kept everything clear. You always knew where each car was and what it was doing. The editing never confused you, it immersed you. It's that clarity, that precision, that makes Ronin chase scenes feel real even decades later. You can sense the weight, the grip, and the danger in every frame. Ronin arrived at the end of an era, just before CGI took over Hollywood. After this, car chases became digital, exaggerated, and safe. But Ronin stands apart. A film where two real cars, the Audi S8 and the BMW M5, fought a real duel at a real speed. It wasn't just chases, it was a showcase of craftsmanship, courage, and the golden age of practical filmmaking. Two sedans, two philosophies, two unforgettable chases. Hollywood's last great car chases.